All right. We are live with another one, guys. Okay. We are live with another one. And, guys, we have breaking news, okay? It's no longer a rumor, all right? That's part of the reason why I didn't jump on this when I first heard this, because I first heard this a little bit ago, okay? It wasn't only yesterday. I heard this probably like 2 days before that something was going on with UFC 317. I actually brought it up. I made a live about that one because DDP was injured or is injured, so he won't be able to headline that card. And it was supposed to be DDP versus Chimaev to headline UFC 317. Okay, but now with that falling off, okay, with DDP being injured, I knew something was boiling behind the scenes. Okay, and now, okay, it's no longer a rumor, guys. Ilya Taporia is going to come into the lightweight division, all right, and he is going to either fight for the vacant lightweight title or the current or for the current title that Islam Makhachev is actually holding right now. But we shall see how everything is breaking down. I'm not sure what's going on with that whole. Why isn't it guaranteed that he's fighting Islam? There might be some movement there, guys. Okay, Makhachev might just be moving up to the welterweight division. For all we know, that's what Islam wants to do, and that's part of the reason why maybe why he's waiting to see what happens with the Bilal Muhammad versus JDM. But I don't know because to me that's a guaranteed win for Bilal Muhammad, just guaranteed in my opinion. So will Islam fight Bilal Muhammad for the welterweight title? That is something that I'm not sure about. I know Bilal Muhammad said that he wouldn't want to fight Islam, but I haven't really heard much about Islam. I've never heard an interview. I've never seen an interview where I've heard Islam actually speak and say, "Oh, I won't fight Islam." Which is this is very interesting. So I wonder what's going on there. Why isn't Ilya Taporia guaranteed fighting Islam Makhachev? That's a good question, and that's my opinion. Maybe Islam is going to move up to the welterweight division and fight for the title, just like Ilya moved up and fought for the title in the lightweight division. There's a lot of things happening right now in the UFC right now, and right now the UFC is scrambling. How you doing, guys? How you doing? How you doing? Yeah, man, my beard is gone. My beard is gone. It's been gone. It's been gone for a minute, man. So you haven't been here for a minute, man. Huh? What's going on? What's going on with you, man? Huh? Why I gotta put a APB for out for you? All right, guys, like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. It takes minimal effort to give me the thumbs up, so you might as well do it, guys. Okay. But breaking news, guys. Okay, it's no longer a rumor. Ilya Taporia is going to fight for the lightweight title. Okay, the question is, will he be fighting for a vacant title, or will he be fighting Islam for the current title? That's a good question. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how that goes. I'm not sure, when the UFC is going to announce it or anything like that. There was a tweet that Ilya Taporia did, tweet. He said, camp begins. So if camp begins, UFC 317 is about, I'll say, 9 weeks away. We shall see how that goes. Nothing much. How are you? I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I can't complain, right? I can't complain. Life is good. It keeps giving me blessings. And yeah, man, I keep appreciating it. You know what I mean? Hopefully, more blessings come to you as well, man. You already know. But going back, you know, as soon as I started hearing rumors about DDP, being injured and Chimaev being out, I already knew right away something. The UFC is gonna have to do something dramatic, man. You're welcome, man. You're welcome. The UFC is gonna have to do something dramatic. I was like, if that fight is, has to be pushed back, the UFC has to do something dramatic at this point because there's just been so many cards that haven't delivered. All right, they just haven't delivered. The last card that just happened with Volk and Lopez, that card delivered. It was a very good card, top to bottom. The card did deliver, um, but it wasn't like an amazing card. You know what I mean? It just wasn't one of those cards that leaves you speechless and you're like, wow, that card is most likely the best card of the year. You know what I mean? Right now, you could say that about that card. The UFC 314. You could say that just because we're mid. We're not even mid year. Just yet. But I knew the UFC was gonna have to do something dramatic, just because a lot of people want to see that fight. Me myself especially, I really wanted to see DDP, versus Chimaev. I really wanted to see that fight, especially after what I saw, Chimaev do to Robert Whitaker. I was like, yo, if he's able to do that to Robert Whitaker, I really want to see what he can do, you know, at the highest level versus the champion. So, but now the UFC is scrambling. They scrambled. They called Ilya Taporia most likely, and they told him, "Look, you're our biggest name that we could put out there, and it'll be a good slot for you." And Ilya Taporia was like, "All right, pay me, but I'm not fighting anything. I'm not fighting for anything but the title." That's most likely what Ilya Taporia said, and it's gonna happen, guys. It is going to happen. This is some breaking news. This is some good news. You know what I mean? Now, a lot of people are like speculating, that that the UFC really wants to push a really good card and they want a headline where they want to have a card where it's like headlined by Ilya Taporia, versus somebody else, for a championship belt, and possibly John Jones versus Tom Aspinall for the heavyweight bout, and that's not happening. That's not happening at all. John Jones, I don't see John Jones fighting. Uh, I don't see John Jones fighting Tom Aspinall. I don't see John Jones coming back to the UFC. Period, and fighting anybody. You know, I just don't see it. I just don't. I do not see it. And now there's other rumors that Tom Aspinall, he might defend his interim title against who was it against? Who did I hear? Cyril Gahn. Yeah, so it's gonna be Cyril Gahn versus Tom Aspinall. Did I just start the stream? Yeah, I just started the stream basically about like maybe 9 minutes ago. About nine minutes ago. But yeah, guys, that's the rumor out there. That's the rumor going around right now that Cyril Gahn and Tom Aspinall will be fighting for the interim title. And in my opinion, guys, Tom Aspinall is the longest lasting interim title holder of all time. There's nobody else that has held the interim title, who has held that belt for that long. So for as long as Tom Aspinall has held it, it's ridiculous at this point. The UFC don't know what to do. The heavyweight division is in shambles. It's it's ridiculous, guys. Guys, like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. It takes minimal effort to give me the thumbs up, so you might as well do it, guys. Okay. You know a lot about the UFC. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, this is what this channel is for. This is I like to talk about the UFC, mixed martial arts specifically. Um, and right now the UFC is in a dry spot. They're like right now they're like a 67-year-old woman. They're just dry as fuck. All right, pause. And the reason why I say that is just because there hasn't, like I said, there hasn't really been like a really like great card. You know, there's been a lot of injuries. You know, a lot of pullouts, pause, and you know, the UFC just hasn't delivered. They just haven't delivered. I mean, guys, we have Anthony Smith. Anthony Smith is a co-main event on a UFC fight night. That's where the UFC is in 2025. Tell me that's not a dry spot. Uh, what's up with Ngannou? Bro, been watching UFC from before we were born. Seriously, literally, I was born after that. I still remember him saying that day. I'm telling you, man. I'm old as shit. But what's going on with Ngannou? I don't know what's going on with Ngannou right now. From what I hear, he wants to box. That's the rumor mill about Ngannou right now. Ngannou wants to box. He wants to box maybe one more time, and then possibly fight one more time in mixed martial arts. But we shall see. We shall see. I mean, the guy has made a lot of money. You know, he played the game right, man. He really did. He played the game right. He negotiated with the UFC. The UFC didn't give him a reasonable contract that he wanted, and Nagano decided to move on, and he did, and he just he decided to sign with PFL, which is not a, in comparison to the UFC, is you can't compare the two, right? But they gave him a really really good contract. He's made more money than he's ever had. So you can't beat that. And now he's hated. The UFC hates that guy, especially Dana White. Dana White hates him. Cause the money is boxing. Yeah, yeah, bro. I'ma go. All right, bro. You have a good one. No worries, man. No worries. You have a good one, man. Enjoy yourself. But yeah, man. That's really what's going on with Ngannou. I really wanted to see the John Jones Francis Ngannou fight, but I mean, that's the fight that the UFC needed to make, and unfortunately, the UFC they just they didn't do it. They didn't do it. It's trash. In my opinion, it's trash. It's total trash, man. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. And now we got Tom Aspinall as the longest lasting interim title holder of all time. Of all time. There's nobody that has held the interim title for as long as Tom Aspinall has held it. It's insane. It's insane. And now, like I said, the rumor mill is that Cyril Gahn is going to fight Tom Aspinall for the interim title belt, which doesn't make sense to me because then that leaves with what? Like, John Jones is still going to hold the belt? I don't understand why John Jones does. Why doesn't he just walk away? I don't understand that. I just don't. I don't understand that one. That one I don't understand. And when it comes to Islam, I honestly think he is going to go fight Bilal Muhammad. But even in that fight, man, even if Islam fights Bilal Muhammad, I think Bilal Muhammad has that fight, man. Call me crazy, man. Call me crazy. What's up? What's up, man? Call me crazy, man. Call me crazy. But I believe that Bilal Muhammad is just a better, like anything Islam can do, I think Bilal Muhammad could do just slightly better. That's just my opinion. And he's used to being in that weight class. You know what I mean? He's used to that weight class, so he's gonna be, I think, a little bit stronger. But you never know how it goes because Islam, he has trained with Bilal. You know, they have trained together, so I just wonder how those training sessions have gone. You know, but if Islam does move up and fight below Muhammad, who does Ilia Topuria fight? That's the other question. Who does Ilia Topuria fight? I mean, who? Armin? I mean, that's the fight to make. If they had to make a fight, if the UFC had to make a fight and it was for the belt, and Islam is gonna move up in weight class and not fight Ilia, I'm sorry. The next best fight you can make is Armin. Armin versus Ilia Topuria. I like Charles Oliveira and all that, but I mean, he's only got one win, and it was against Chandler. You know, he gotta win one more and possibly fight for the title. Armin is. I still think he deserves to fight for the title, and I think if it's against Ilia Topuria, I think Armin wins that fight. He's just bigger, he's stronger, and he could take a punch really well. I just don't see how Ilia Topuria can knock him out. I really don't. I don't see that happening. I think Ilia Topuria is good when it comes to his combinations, but Armin is a big boy, man. He's big. Pause. You know. But honestly, man, these are all questions that the UFC has to answer. Let me see. I'm looking at the. This is the pound for pound rankings. Hold on. Let me see the pound for pound rankings right now. Yeah, this doesn't make sense to me. Doesn't make sense to me sometimes. I look at this and I'm like, really? I don't know about that. You know? You look at the pound for pound rankings and sometimes it just don't make sense. I don't know. I don't know about these rankings. Just being real. Someone asking, who do you like for Poirier's retirement fight? All right, that's another good question. You know what? We actually were talking about this a few lives ago. Um, if I had to be honest, man, I would have liked to see Dustin Poirier versus Kobe Covington, but that fight is not gonna happen. But that would have been a really good fight. There's history there, right? They don't like each other. They used to train at the same gym, and there was drama in between them and whatnot. And Kobe Covington had said some funny stuff about Dustin, and Dustin didn't like it so much. And yeah, man, I mean, that's the fight they should make is Dustin Poirier versus Kobe Covington. Just because Dustin Poirier, if he's going to be retiring, why fight anybody that's in the lightweight division and mess up, somebody's, record and their momentum from, going to get that title. And in a fight with Kobe Covington, I mean, Kobe Covington don't really got anything going on right now. And he's not, chasing the title. So they kind of, I don't want to say they're in the same position, but kind of are, you know what I mean? So why not put the fight together? Dustin Poirier versus Kobe Covington, book it. You said Patty. Nah, that's not a fight I would have liked to see. You know what I mean? Just like I said, why put Patty in a situation where he's gonna fight a tough opponent in Dustin Poirier? Dustin Poirier is one of those dogs, and you don't. I wouldn't want to put Patty Pimlet's momentum up against a person who's retiring. It just doesn't make sense if we're looking at it as like business wise. It just doesn't make sense. So that's the fight to make for Dustin. But I don't know if Dustin would take that fight, man. it's a slippery slope, right? You know, Dustin. I don't know. I don't know who he fights, but if I was the UFC and if I was Dustin, and you want to get your bang for your buck and have a winnable fight, I think Dustin Poirier versus Kobe Covington is that type of fight where they could headline a card. You know what I mean? And it'll sell really, really good. People will buy that card because it's Dustin Poirier. You know what I mean? And people want to watch Kobe Covington lose. You know what I mean? So I'm telling you, man, I need to go call up the UFC. You know what I mean? I need to write up the UFC. I need to do something because whoever's in charge of the putting together some of their cards and some of their fights. I'm telling you, man, they'd be lacking in those areas, and I could really help them. You know what I mean? I really could give them peace of mind in that area because I know what the UFC fans really want to see from a viewership perspective, right? I know what we want to see. And to me, that's a great fight. And when it comes to Paddy Pimblett, I mean, the next fight to make for Paddy Pimblett, in my opinion, it has to be two fights: Paddy Pimblett versus Charles Oliveira, or Paddy Pimblett versus a Justin Gaethje or Dan Hooker. That's really, what I mean, that's all bangers right there. That's all bangers right there. That's all sellable fights right there. All sellable fights right there, man. Can you imagine? Can you imagine that? Dustin Poirier headlining a card with Kobe Covington. So it's Dustin Poirier as the main event. Dustin Poirier versus Kobe Covington. And then as the co-main event, you have Paddy Pimblett versus versus Charles Oliveira. You know what I mean? So Paddy Pimblett versus Charles Oliveira. And then you rebook that fight with Justin Gaethje and Dan Hooker. Woo! Tell me that's not a fucking fantastic card right there, bro. I repeat that one more time. Dustin Poirier, Kobe Covington, main event. Co-main event, Paddy Pimblett versus Charles Oliveira. And then the fight before that one, Justin Gaethje versus Dan Hooker. Whoo! That's a fucking card, bro. I'll take my money now. I'll put a deposit. You know what I mean? Right now, if the UFC was able to announce that shit. What? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. There's not even a belt in the line yet. You know what I mean? Like, there's no need for a belt. And that card is flaming fire. It's ridiculous. Oh my gosh. Woo. Yeah, that just got that got me going, man. That got me going. That's a great card right there. I think I would want to see that. I really would want to see that. Man, that would be fire, bro. Oh man. But the UFC, they think they know what they're doing. What do you think about Lionheart Smith this weekend? Guys, guys, I already brought this up, okay? It's 2025, and we have Anthony Smith as a co-main event of a UFC fight night. I repeat, guys, it's not 1995, okay? Hell, it's not even 2005, okay? It is 2025, and we have Anthony Smith as a co-main event of a UFC fight night. Guys, this is ridiculous. That's what I think about this, okay? I think it's a waste of time. I think Lionheart, okay, should have retired about 3 to 4 fights ago. Okay, in my opinion. I'm being honest, man. No disrespect to Anthony Smith. I like the guy. I think he needs to focus in on being a great analyst. The guy, he does a great job when he puts his mind to it and his focus. He can really break down a fight, and what he says actually makes sense. All right, but guys, Anthony Smith should have retired 4 fights ago. There's no way that Anthony Smith should be a co-main event in any event in any fucking organization. I repeat, there's no fucking way. That's the reason why I keep repeating to a lot of people that we're in a UFC recession at this point. guys, we are in a UFC recession. If we have Anthony Smith as a co-main event in a UFC fight night, we are in a recession, all right? And he's going to get knocked out. He's going to get knocked out. Anthony Smith is going to get knocked out, okay? Chang Ming Yang, okay? That guy is on like a 9 to 10 fight winning streak, knocking out everybody. Okay, go check out his fucking record. All right, he's taking some losses here and there. Don't get me wrong. But let me tell you something. He is on a 10-fight, I think it's on a 10-fight win streak, and he's knocking out everybody. And Anthony Smith is going to just be another dead body, another corpse that just takes another L. Because Anthony Smith is a walking L, okay? When you want somebody on short notice to die, you call Anthony Smith because he's willing to just, be carried out in a stretcher and lying hard. It's fucking ridiculous. I bet if he loses, he retires. He's retiring. Anthony Smith is retiring. This is his last fight, guaranteed. I don't think the UFC is going to feed him any more fights, okay? And if they do, I think the UFC needs to be held liable, okay? Because Anthony Smith shouldn't be fighting anymore, okay? He just shouldn't. He should not be fighting. And I mean no disrespect to the guy, all right? I mean no disrespect to the guy. He could kick my ass, you know what I mean? But, guys, he should not be fighting, let alone fighting against a guy who's on a 10-fight winning streak and he's knocking out everybody. Come on, guys. I need a drink. Out of control. The UFC's out of control. What about that judo girl? I don't know about her, man. Please take my name. I don't know what that means, but Kelton Vera. What's wrong with her? She retired? She retired or something? Did she retire? Hello. Guys, like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. It takes minimal effort to give me the thumbs up, so you might as well do it, okay? Excuse me. Excuse me again. All right, guys, but we're hitting the 30-minute mark, and you already know if you're new to the channel. Let me explain to you. After the 30-minute mark, we could talk about whatever it is you want to talk about. We don't have to talk about specifically mixed martial arts or the UFC, but if you do, or the UFC, but if you do, rapid fire. And how am I? I think I'm doing great. I think I'm doing great, man. Look at me. Does it look like I'm doing bad? No, man. You know what I mean? I have electricity. You know what I mean? I have clean air, right? I have, what else I have? I have a lot of blessings. You know what I mean? A lot of blessings. And, yeah. So I'm doing good, man. Hopefully you're doing the same. Okay, there. Take off your cap. Show us your wig. Well, you could actually look at my other lives. You could actually look at my other lives and guarantee that I don't have a wig on. You know what I mean? I don't have a wig. You know what I mean? I have a nice business comb over that I do have, but it's no wig, no wig. You feel me? Definitely no wig. You tripping? You think I got a wig on? With as much with as much hair as I grow, you're out of your mind. You have a cap on every day though, so how we know? Like I said, you could look at my other lives. That's how you would find out. I have other lives here without my cap. You know what I mean? Like I probably did a live maybe 2 lives ago, and I didn't have my cap on. Yeah, I just had my hat. I just had my head. I had my comb over and whatnot. But yeah, yeah, you can go check that out for yourself, man. You know what I mean? Believe it or not. Believe it or not. Okay. Definitely am not bald. You know what I mean? Definitely no reason to have a wig on. Okay. And if I honestly, if I was to go bald one day, um, honestly, I would just cut my hair bald. I mean, I would just cut my head bald. You know what I mean? I really would. I would cut it all off, all bald. I would go Stone Cold Steve Austin, straight up, bro. Straight cut that shit off, leave the goatee, and just you know go bald. There's no reason, there's no reason to fucking hide it. You know, I don't think I'll be one of those. You know what I mean? I don't think I'll be one of those that tries to hide it. You know what I mean? If anything, cut it all off, bro. You know what I mean? Cut it all off. Can you take your cap off for a second now? No, man, I really can't. I really can't take off my. I don't want to. You know what I mean? I'm not one of those people that I'm gonna do what you tell me to do. You know what I mean? Like that's not the way it works, guys. Okay, that's not the way it works. You know what I mean? But I get it. I get it. You know what I mean? You want to see some imperfections. You know what I mean? My beauty, it just is so striking to your eyes that you cannot believe that I'm this, that I have everything this perfect. You know what I mean? You're like, wait a minute, there got to be something wrong with this ninja. You know what I mean? Like, tell that guy to take off his cap because I bet you he's wearing a wig. You know what I mean? It has to be here. It has to be that hater. That hater stuff. But don't hate. You know what I mean? Just appreciate the beauty and just know that it's true. You know what I mean? I am blessed, and thank the guy above for blessing me with so much beauty. It's a gift. I tell you, it's a gift. He said, "Yeah, okay, Mr. Narcissist, drop your skincare routine." I don't have, I was asked about this. It's funny. Like every other live, I'm always asked about my skin routine. Bro, like I wish you would see my life. You know what I mean? The only thing that I like I do have a routine. Like I have a routine when it comes to like working out. You know what I mean? I have a routine to like going out and having fun. I have a routine to, going on my lives. There's routines and stuff. But like a face routine, I don't have no fucking routine for that, man. I really don't. Like I literally just I wake up, I floss. That's another routine I got. I floss every day. So okay, I floss and I brush my teeth, and then I rinse my face with like cold water, warm water, cold water, whatever it is. I think it's cold water. I just cold water in my face. I don't use any product. You know what I mean? I had mentioned on one of my lives because they asked me about my skin routine, and I was like, "Bro, I don't use anything." But then I remembered I do use when I take a shower, I have this exfoliator. It's like these little bubbles, like these little pebbles, and I just use them because sometimes I get little blackheads and whiteheads, and they're very tiny, but they're kind of annoying. So I just use it for that. That's basically all I use. Bro, why is the government watching my phone? I don't know. I don't know why the government is watching the phones. You know what I mean? I have no idea. Possibly to steal all of our ideas. You know what I mean? If you have a good idea, they probably steal it. You know what I mean? I don't know. I have no idea. You know what I mean? I don't know why they would want to, watch me. I don't have a very entertaining life like that for you to be watching me. And if you're watching me, I guarantee there's been multiple people that have been fired because you can't watch me for long. You know what I mean? You're gonna be like, man, this guy is just, you know, same thing every day almost. uh, okay, jokes apart. Good, you don't got no acne, pimple, etc. What your diet, by the way, must be clean, bro. My diet. All right, if that's where I excel. You know what I mean? That's where I excel in my diet. I think, cause I eat a lot of meat. You know what I mean? So like I eat a lot of like beef. Like I eat a lot of beef. I eat a lot of chicken. Um, I don't like these days. I don't eat a lot of vegetables, but I eat like potatoes and um like eggs. Um, I try to stay away from like the sausage links and whatnot, but I do eat some from time to time. Like today, I ate some links, so yeah, I ate some links. Um, I do eat fruits, but the only fruits I catch myself eating is like banana and apples and orange, like an orange juice. So yeah, and protein shake and creatine. I drink protein and creatine. But yeah, that's pretty much my diet, man. What's up? What's up, man? How you doing? How you doing? How are you? Hopefully, you're doing good, man. Hopefully, you're doing good, man. Guys, like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Takes minimal effort to give me the thumbs up, so you might as well do it, guys. Okay? You might as well do it. All right. But I'm probably gonna get out of here soon in the next few minutos. Bro, you should show me your shaving routine because why is barely shaving routine? Because why is barely hair? What do you mean? What do you mean? Why is barely hair? I'm confused. What do you mean? What's barely hair? I won Powerball in New Zealand yesterday. 23 million. Damn, Josh Williams, 23 million. Well, you know what? Don't be one of those. You know what I mean? That spends it on stupid shit. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you the truth. If you won $23 million, what you should be doing right now is you should just relax, okay? Because some people are gonna go berserk and crazy. Relax, okay? Second is after you relax, start coming up with what you want to do. You know what I mean? What you want to do, how you see yourself moving in the future. You know what I mean? And who are you going to take with you? That's the questions that you need to ask yourself. All right? And congratulations to your new $23 million. All right? But don't worry, man. Don't worry. You got it under control. Bro, should start his own lifestyle channel, given the routine we all ask him. Uh, I mean, if you want to, I mean, I don't. My routine isn't that. You know, it isn't that special, man. It isn't that special. I just, I keep myself healthy. I do work out, and yeah, I eat well as well. I'm broke. Okay, I'm poor. The government treats black people dirty like in the 1800s, so I'm mad. Oh man, that's so sad, bro. That's so sad. You know what I mean? You have to, what can I say? You have to stop thinking about what the fuck, things you can't control. You know what I mean? Like I can't control what the government is doing. You know what I mean? Like I just, there's no way me complaining about the government is gonna help me in any way. It's not gonna help at all. You know, the only way I can help myself is by helping myself. Worrying about the government and what they're doing, we're so far apart. I can't even think about what the government is doing. I got to worry about my own government, like me. You know, governing myself. You know what I mean? So stop worrying about shit you can't fucking control, man. You're gonna drive yourself crazy. All right. So get your fucking mind right and get that fucking tunnel vision. All right. Because you're worrying about the wrong fucking things. By the way, I was dark chocolate, oats, Mozarli, apple cider, vinegar in the morning, peanut butter, brown bread, milk, boiled chicken, plus veggies and fish in lunch, dinner. That's about it. That's a good mixture. That's a good mixture. You know what I mean? I don't eat a lot of fish. I don't eat a lot of fish. The reason why I don't eat a lot of fish, man, I'm just gonna be the honest. I'm just gonna say the honest truth, man. I don't eat a lot of fish, man, because first of all, there's omega 3. All right. No, I'm playing around. I'm joking. No, but you know, honestly, I saw somebody choke on a fucking bone, on a tiny little bone. It was a tiny, tiny little bone. All right, and I watched somebody choke almost to death. Okay, literally almost to death. All right, and the whole situation lasted probably like about 8 to 10 minutes of straight almost dying and choking because of a little bone that she happened to, you know, not, she drank it from a, you know, she was eating fish, and oh my god, it was terrible, bro. It was terrible, the worst thing I ever seen in my life. And when I saw that shit, when I tell you I have never touched another fish in my life, I'm telling you right now, I am not bullshitting you. I have never touched another fish in my life, and I'm being dead ass because of that one incident. I just saw that and I was like, wow, that's a bad way to go. You know, you're enjoying a fucking meal. You know what I mean? You're enjoying a nice meal, fish. You know, wow, it's cooked right. It tastes delicious. You get what I'm saying? You got a nice dipping on the side. You're enjoying yourself, and then all of a sudden, and you're and you fucking, you know what I mean? Like you haven't even made it halfway through your meal, and now you're almost dying, guys. I haven't touched a fish since then. I'm telling you the truth. All right, so there goes my little story about fish. Oh man. Okay, I'm taking notes about the government. Thinking about adding fish oil and multivitamins, marine color, etc. for the better skin. I have seafood just for better skin. A tiny bone is crazy, bro. A tiny bone, man. I'm talking about a tiny bone, man. Tiny. It was tiny. You know what I mean? Because once they got it out, I saw it. I was like, damn, all that for that? Damn. I'm never eating this fish. Like I've never again would I touch a fish. You know what I mean? I go fishing, I catch them, I throw them back. Fishes with me will survive. Okay, all right. I gotta be almost dead and dying. You know what I mean? For me to even think about eating a fish. You know what I mean? It makes my eye twitch because you guys didn't see what I saw. Literally, I almost watched a lady die. You know what I mean? Literally in front of me. And I'm just like, what is going on? This is crazy. I can't believe this. And all due to a little tiny fish. I mean, a little tiny bone that came from a fish. Bro, I choked on ice before, and I never ate them again. That's crazy, bro. No way, bro. That's dangerous. Yeah, that's dangerous as hell. Yeah, man. That's just one way I don't want to go. You know what I mean? I don't want to go that way. You know what I mean? So I stay away from fish, man. I haven't ate fish in years, bro. Years. I'm talking years. Just the closest that I will ever get, and I'm dead serious. I'm not even joking with you, and it's because I like cooking a certain thing with it. The closest I will ever get to fish is tuna fish in a can. Okay, Tuna fish in a can, guys. Tuna fish in a can. I don't need nothing else. I don't need nothing else. Nope. For what? I got scammed of my bike from a fake 3,000 feet. What? From a fake. That's crazy, bro. How you got scammed? Why you people? There's too many scams, man. Too many scams going on out here, man. Too many scams. I had to actually somebody try to pull a scam on me to try to steal money from my bank account. You know what I mean? And I just be wondering, like, why do people have, like, I don't know, like, why are people doing that? Why are people focusing on stealing other people's shit like that? That's just crazy to me. I'm looking out. I'm like, what? Like, that's just nuts. People are crazy out there, bro. Excuse me, guys. But yeah, guys, I think I'm gonna get out of here. Guys. It's been a good live. I appreciate each and every one of you for supporting independent mixed martial arts media. I really appreciate you guys, literally. All right, and yeah, man, let me wrap this up. You know, the big news is Ilia Topuria is gonna move up, and he's gonna fight for the lightweight title, and he's either gonna fight for the vacant title, because Islam has plans to move up to the welterweight division, or he fights Islam. We don't know for sure yet, but this fight will be headlining UFC 317 due to DDP being injured and being unable to fight Chimaev. But guys, you guys have a good one. I'm out of here. Peace and love. Until next time, one love. Like and subscribe.